for mass fatalities, dangerous ideas from Margaret Atwood, the writer, to body used without consent, sexually. That's many other things. While science debates the it looks so frontier, but excellent empathetic support is the entire blueprint. Hey beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is not just a vlog, it's more of a wake-up call. So I actually started this journey to truth tell, to heal and to activate but some way along the line I got caught up in just vlogging and filming my life, forgetting why I even picked up the camera in the first place. So today we're gonna go back to the roots, back to truth telling and back to the activism. So I'm gonna dive into some things that have really been stirring in my spirit, from women's rights to what's been recently happening in Jerusalem, from the symbolism of the red heifer sacrifice and the eerie parallels of the Handmaid's Tale. We will talk about not just detoxing our bodies, but our minds and our spirit, because something is definitely shifting and we need to be prepared, we need to be ready. I'm also going to be sharing some thoughts on coding, on birth certificates and the systems that track us from quite literally the moment we arrive. If everything is coded, then what does that mean for our system? Then what does that mean for our freedom, our destiny and our truth? This isn't just a video, but a transmission. A ritual, a reminder that we are more than what they tell us that we are. So if you're ready to go deeper, to question, to awake and to rise, then stay with me and let's begin. So we are living in a time where the government quietly buys tents for mass fatalities, while the media distracts us with celebrity gossip and staged outrage. They prepare for death, but we prepare for awakening. They want us afraid, they want us divided, and they want us depending on the systems that were never built to nourish us. But I say no. I say that we remember, we claim, and we rise. The plants, the roots, the mushroom, all is medicine. Not just for the body, but for the mind, for the spirit. Every herb that you touch carries ancestral memory, and every mushroom that you cook is a message from the mycelium, and which reminds us that we are all connected beneath the surface. They build surveillance, we build community. They push digital IDs, we push identity rooted in the truth. They sacrifice red heifers in Jerusalem. Actually, wait. Let me just touch on Jerusalem quickly. When you break Jerusalem apart, you get Jeru, the call to an awakening, and then you get Salem, the vibration of peace. But when you put them together, you get something so much more powerful. You get a city that holds attention between priority and politics, between sacred longing and earthly control. So right now, something ancient is clearly stirring. Like I said, the red heifer has been sacrificed, which is said to be necessary before the third temple can rise again. Jerusalem just started third temple beginnings, and Jerusalem prepares for Jesus Christ's return. Both showing how the ceremony is a beginning to a Masonic age. But what does this mean for the people of Jerusalem today? Reports suggest that the government could be clearing space, shifting power and prepping the ground for something monumental, like the third temple perfect, the red heifer sacrifice, and it's been approved that the third temple has been eyed for reconstruction, which would be an act that could ignite hope or political warfare. I wonder, I ask, what is this like truly about? Is it about summoning Christ, or is it about control? Is this prophecy being manipulated? Jeru calls to truth, Salem calls to peace. But I stand here in between asking you to please look deeper, because when ritual meets empire, when sacred cows are burned and ancient stones are laid, we must ask, like, who benefits, who suffers, and what kind of awakening are we really being called into? This isn't just about temples and timings, it's about the soul of humanity. And I believe that we are being asked to rise, like, not just in faith, but in awareness. So back to what I was saying, like, I'm not here on this earth to be palatable. I'm here to be powerful and speak for the missing, for the silence, and the ones that can feel the chaos coming but don't yet have the words. So let them prepare their tents, we will prepare our altars. Let them tighten their grips, we'll loosen the chains. Because the truth is steeping, and it's stronger than you could, like, ever imagine. Okay, so recently the world has brought to me this series that I've started to watch called The Handmaid's Tale, and I'm really keen to basically talk about, like, the dots I've been able to put together from watching this series and real life. And I feel like Gilead isn't fiction but a mirror. Even Margaret Atwood, the writer, said it herself. Everything in The Handmaid's Tale has happened before.
It in 1985, and I read that the events in the book came from actual real-life events.
Everything.
Everything?
Everything. Well, I didn't want people saying, you're certainly a twisted, weird person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So instead I wanted to be able to say, I made nothing up. I just relocated it to Cambridge, Massachusetts, where they were not pleased at first.
Well, but where were women being forced to have children?
Which century would you like to...
Yeah.
Which century would you like to visit? Which country would you like to visit? Which state in the United States would you now...
And now it's happening again. Not in some distant dystopia, but right here in 2025. In Gilead, women are stripped of their autonomy, reduced to wombs, silenced and surveilled. Does that sound similar to you? Does that sound similar? Roe v. Wade overturned, abortion banned in 19 US states, a brain-dead woman kept alive just to incubate a fetus. Her body used without consent.
No, 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 hell no.
And that isn't fiction, guys. That ain't fiction. That is now. Yeah. In Afghanistan, girls are barred from school. In the UK, violence against a woman is called National Emergency B, and still we are told to be quiet, be grateful, be pretty. But I say be loud, girls, be motherfucking loud. Okay, so red is the colour of the handmaids, meaning fertility, blood and shame, but also fire and revolution. The red thread of truth that runs through every woman that refuses to be erased. Now let's talk numbers, because the universe speaks in symbols and the elites, the 1%, they know it. So we're in 2025. 2 plus 0 plus 5 plus... Wait a minute. 2025. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, which equals 9. 9 is the number of endings, karmic reckoning, and spiritual awakening. It's literally the final cycle before rebirth. And that is why they're scrambling, because the old system is collapsing. The Handmaid's Tale was published in 1985, so that would be 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 5, which actually equals 23, so that's 2 plus 3, which is 5. 5 is chaos, change, rebellion, the energy of the distributor. That book then was a warning, and this year it is a priority. So the red root chakra here, number 1, foundation, survival, control, and that's why they target the womb. It's the portal of creation, but we are reclaiming it. They build Gilead with fear. We build our world with fire, with herbs, with truth, with lion's mane and lunar timing. The numbers say it's endings, but the symbols say that we're rising. And I say, let the red robes burn. They poison the food, the air, even the music you're listening to. And not by accident, but by design. Because a body that's inflamed, foggy, fatigued, is easier to control, easier to distract, and a lot easier to silence. But this body, your body, is a temple, it's a transmitter. It's quite literally the portal to the new world. And if we want to awaken fully, then we need to clear the static. Like, mushrooms aren't just mushrooms, it's memory, it's clarity, it's resistance. Every sip of that herbal tea is a refusal to be numbed, and every herb that I use is quite literally a prayer for purification. And toxins aren't just physical, they're energetic. They cling to our aura, cloud our intuition, and block our connection to the source. From processed foods to EMFs, from violent lyrics to fear-based news, it's all designed to keep us asleep. But when we detox, when we fast, when we cleanse, breathe and reconnect, we begin to remember. We start to hear the whispers of our ancestors. We feel the pulse from the earth and we see through the illusion. Even the numbers speak. 2025, 9. The number of endings, completion. The final purge before rebirth. And that is why detoxing right now is quite literally sacred. It's preparation before the shift. And we're not just healing for ourselves. Guys, I'm getting a bit more comfortable. But basically, so we're not just healing for ourselves. We're healing for the generations before us and the ones yet to come. We're literally clearing the path for the new world. So while they build tents for the dead, we'll build rituals for the living. While they feed us poison, we will quite literally brew medicine. And while they play frequencies of fear, we will sing songs of freedom. Detoxing is rebellion. Healing is prophecy. This body, this breath, is how we make it through. Right, so about detoxing, we might as well talk about detoxing while we're on these lines. So from the chemicals sprayed in the skies, to the additives in our meals, from the frequencies in the media, to the distractions in our culture, it isn't just pollution, it's programming. But here's the truth, we was never meant to be passive. We was born to awaken. Let's talk about it. The toxins in our environment aren't just physical, they're energetic. They cloud our intuition, they dull our higher selves. But nature has always held an antidote. We do not need pharmaceuticals to cleanse. We don't. We need plants. And here is some powerful herbs that you can start using today to detox your body and elevate your spirit. So first we have the nettle. The nettle is a great blood purifier. It's rich in minerals and clears stagnant energy. Powerhouse. And then second of all, I'm going to tell you about is one of my favourites because it just tastes divine. Like if you like a good hazelnut coffee, this is the one for you. Dandelion root, which is great for liver detox, for emotional release, so it makes you feel really good, it makes you feel dead positively, like energized. And it's great for grounding. Okay, third, we have cleavers, which is a great lymphatic cleanser and it helps remove stuck emotions. Then we have mugwort. Mugwort is a great dream activator, great for physical clarity and womb wisdom. Then we have lemon balm. Lemon balm is a great nervous system cleanser and a heart opener. Then we have calendula. Calendula is great for cellular repair. It's a great inflammation reducer, so it's great for the skin. I've actually got some calendula infused oil, which I made a few months ago, so it's like at that ripe time right now, and I'll show you that later. But yeah, it's great for the skin, obviously, and internally. And it also resonates with like solar energy. And these aren't just herbs, okay guys, these are allies. Brew them into teas, infuse them into oils, burn them in rituals. Let your body remember what clean looks like. And when we detox, we don't just clear our skin and lose weight. We clear our minds, we raise our frequency, and we reconnect with our truth. Clean body is a clear channel, and a clear channel can receive divine messages, ancestral wisdom, and cosmic downloads. And that is how we fight back, not with fear, but with clarity. It isn't just about health, it's about sovereignty. I can never say that word, please don't hold me against it. This word, bing. When we detox and unplug from the matrix, we stop feeding the systems that feed us. Become warriors of light, protectors of the truth, and vessels of change. So detox, not just for your body, but for your mission. Because the revolution starts inside. It starts inside, okay? Inside. And what really even is the needle? Let's talk about vaccines and man-made medication.
You shut up! I'm so fucking scared right now, you shut up!
Many are told that they're safe, that they're necessary, even life-changing. But what's really inside them? Right, I'm going to put a list here of just a few known additives that are being used in our vaccines and our medication. Just because I can't say half the words and pronounce them, and I don't want to pronounce them wrong and you just be like, that's not even a thing. So I'm not going to try, you can just read. Alright, and these chemicals are often presented in trace amounts. But when combined with the environmental toxins, processed foods and emotional stress, then they add up. And our babies, our elders, our vulnerable ones, they're the first to feel it. And let's be some truth, in recent years, more babies are being born with developmental challenges, that's how you say it, including missing limbs, speech delays, and loads of autism spectrum diagnoses, and tragically even early deaths. While science debates the causes, many mothers, healers and truth tellers are seeing the patterns. So what do? Again, we return to the plants, the herbs, the wisdom that has been here with us since before the systems. And here are some more. Look at me, giving you a few herbs. Listen, there's like thousands of thousands, so if I was to do that and tell you them all, I'd be sat here for a very long time. But I'm going to give you just a few more that will be great for your detox and healing journey. So first we have burdock root, which is also a blood cleanser, funnily enough, and a skin healer. Then we have milk thistle, and I found this one dead funny. It looks so funny too, but it also it just makes me giggle because they look so scary when you look at them. But milk thistle is a great liver protector and toxin remover. And then we have, again, one of my other favourites, the red clover, which is excellent for lymphatic support and hormonal balance. Quick thing I just want to say about red clover too. Do you know when you get cancer patients and they go through chemo and everything, and then after they get put on that tamoxifen, funnily enough, that tamoxifen has a few side effects, as do all man-made medication. But actually, the red clover does the exact same as that tamoxifen, but has zero side effects. Zero side effects. So it just cures, it just treats, but it doesn't cause any issues in any other parts of your body at the same time. It's just one straight pathway to pure health. Anyway, and then next we have tulsi, which is another word, holy basil, which is a great immune modulator and a great stress reducer. Sorry, I'm so ADHD. Like when I'm talking like this, I have to be doing something, so I'm just like playing around with my cushion. I made this. So cute. Okay, next we have ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, which is a good, great, brilliant nervous system strengthener and is a great adaptogen. And these are not just remedies, okay? These are literally resistance. They help us clear the fog, raise our vibration, and reconnect with our own intuition. Right, last but not least, I would really like to talk about, I want to talk about the codes. What are the codes, Kaylee? Well, I'm about to tell you. I'm about to shock you. So, let's talk about the codes. Not the ones that they give us, but the ones that we are born with. Because if you know your birthday, your time of birth, and where you was born, with your full name, you literally hold the keys to your entire blueprint. Through astrology, you can decode your personality, your soul contracts, your karmic lessons, your destiny. And here's the truth that they don't want you to realize. Even if you don't know your own codes, they do. They do. They know everything about you. Everything about me, you, all of us. From the moment that you were born in the hospital, they record everything. A birth certificate isn't just a piece of paper. It's a data point. a system entry, a signal that you have entered the matrix. They already know your potential, your strengths, and your weaknesses, your path. They know your entire path. And if you don't claim that knowledge for yourself, if you don't study your chart, understand your own archetypes, your planetary placements, your cosmic timing, then they hold the power. You've literally lost the battle before you even knew there was one. And that is why self-knowledge isn't just spiritual, it's revolutionary. So learn your codes, okay? Decode your soul. Because when you know who you truly are, then they can't control you. Okay, so if you have made it this far, thank you. And thank you for listening, for feeling, and for remembering. Because this is what I'm here to do. I speak the coded truths that have been buried beneath distraction and distortion, and to remind us that healing isn't just physical, it's energetic, ancestral, cosmic. We are not powerless and we are not broken. We are the medicine. The herbs around us, the stories within us, the rituals that we reclaim, they are all part of the blueprint. As we shift into the new world, I will keep showing up to name what's being hidden, to honour what is sacred, and to help us rise. And these videos are my offering, my way of saying that you're not alone and you are not delulu or crazy for feeling the cracks in the system. And together we will detox the poison, we will awaken the codes, and we will prepare, not with fear, but with fierce love and clarity. So let's keep walking each other home, let's keep remembering who we are, and let's keep building the world that we was always meant to live in. I love you, I see you, and I will see you in the next video. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Bye.